Well, hello, and welcome to 60 and Sassy. We're Karen and Honey, two women in our 60s who are not done living, dreaming, or laughing. Each week, we dive into the beautiful mess of midlife and beyond with no rules, no filters, just real talk. Thanks for listening in. Enjoy.
Oh my goodness. Well, listeners, we got some news today because for once, Karen and I are in one room together. Woo-hoo! And so no egg timer this time because we are sitting next to each other.
Okay, so yes, we're very excited to be together. It's been very fun. But this is a kind of a different thing. We're recording it a little bit differently and we're excited. So welcome back, everyone. So last time we did talk about continuing to dream beyond midlife and the aspirations that we still all have ahead of us. But today we're kind of doing the opposite. We are going to flip that whole bucket list idea upside down. Mm-hmm. So we are talking about something we like to call an unbucket list. So these are the things that we are officially, unapologetically letting go of. So as we're talking, we're thinking these are the things that rather than squeezing more in before we, quote, kick the bucket, we want to dump these things out and happily walk away.
Exactly. And we have decided to do a little fun thing today by playing a game that we have invented, and we call it Unbucket It or Keep It. So because by the time you hit your 60s, let's face it, it's not just about what's left to accomplish, but it's also about what we finally can stop pretending to enjoy.
So here's the deal. So we are going to rapid fire through a bunch of topics and decide, do we keep it or do we unbucket it for good? So grab a drink of your choice, go get that wine, that tea, maybe that mysterious green smoothie that you swore you'd drink every day, and settle in with us and play along. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes the secret to staying sassy is knowing what to let go of.
Yep. Okay, this is how we're going to start. Cruise ship vacations, Karen. What do we think about this?
I don't know.
Okay,
let me know.
Let me start with this. Okay, so I recently moved to Florida, and so I can envision a 3-day cruise to the Bahamas when my sister is coming to visit next year. So other than that, in all truth, not a cruise person. Too many people being trapped. I mean, I cannot even fathom being with a few hundred thousand, no, not a few hundred, but a few thousand. Feels like a few cruise. 100,000 in a small space. Ugh, don't want to think about it.
I am totally with you. I do love the unplugging part of cruising. I like being out in the ocean, phone free. But like you, I do not really like the touristy stops at every port with hordes of other people. It actually kind of gives me hives, I think. So probably unbucket for me.
Unbucket
for both of us.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay, holiday greeting cards.
Yes. Okay. I used to have so much fun with our family photo Christmas cards when the girls were growing up. Yeah. And I would get everybody together in July. I would have it all planned, and I would force the family to do these silly cards. But probably over a decade ago, I stopped doing that. And honestly, cutting them out was probably the most freeing decision ever since I decided to stop wearing Spanx in the summer. Yeah.
Oh, right.
And you know what? Everybody sees our lives on social media now anyway. Didn't used to be like that. So it was fun getting news from everybody. But today there's just no need for that printed proof. So yeah, that one for me already unbucketed.
Yep. I remember those cards. I still have a few. They were always awesome, but in this time in our lives, unbucketed.
Yep.
All right. I can't even remember actually doing this because in my early US days, I used to write a Christmas newsletter. And you know what I did? I had this annual trip to Office Depot. And every year I would just look for that perfect festive paper. And it was just my highlight. But anyways, that has been the effort that I put in so far. But gone. Text, happy holidays, I'm still alive, but that's about it.
Yeah. Okay, we're in agreement on that one. How about learning a new language?
Ooh, now that depends, I would say. I have some people that I know that are sometimes moving to different countries for a longer or shorter time. Then it probably serves a purpose. You want to go beyond thanks, hello, and how are you doing? But it's really hard, people. If you have not learned to speak another language at this stage in life, then it's really, really going to be hard for you. So I'd say start with basics if you must. Otherwise, just a few words if you travel anywhere. But to think that you're going to be proficient, I am not a believer in that at this stage in life.
Yes, I think those of you who grew up out of the United States are so much better at understanding what it takes to learn a lot of languages. Yeah, so you kind of put us all to shame. So thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I did actually study Swahili in college.
So helpful.
I loved that. I know, so useful in Colorado. But it was after several trips to Africa, and I just loved the language. But of course, like you said, I never used it, so I lost most of it. I am, however, a huge advocate when traveling about learning the basics of whatever the language is where you're going. I will always try to speak their language when I can. I think a please and a thank you, they go a long way when you just make the effort.
Yep.
But unless I move somewhere permanently, I think a whole new language, definitely an unbucket for me. It's huge. That is a huge undertaking.
Right.
So kind of on this one, I guess I would call it maybe a half bucket for me.
Yep. Tiny little bucket.
Yep. Okay, how about owning mostly in your closet sensible shoes? Not high heels, but they're all sensible.
Oh, of course. I mean, high heels, or at least spikes, at this stage have been replaced by wedges. Or at least that's what I do. But yeah, it's still sort of semi-charming, but it's Florida living that I do, and it's like flip-flops and t-shirts. So I don't have a need for it anymore, but yeah, I'd like to, but sensible, definitely. No spikes.
I don't know. I mean, but even like watching you here in your house, Honey, you're like, Honey and her guy, they're just schlepping around in their bare feet. And I can't do it with my old lady feet. I can't. I like plantar fasciitis. That word. But no high heels for me ever. If my shoes require some kind of a balance beam or a backup plan, they're gone. Unbucket.
Oh, the sad life you lead. All right. So what about makeup routines?
Oh, makeup. Yeah. So I think you're maybe referring to my lip balm.
Well, yeah. So far, that's all I've seen.
Exactly. That's my point. I love my simple makeup routine. And I might look like maybe I've been living in a witness protection program for a while, but it's so simple. And I am really learning. Of course, when I go to work, I will put on more than lip balm. But for now, that's all you're getting.
Yep. No, he's same here. I mean, listeners, if you don't work outside the home, I mean, you just schlep on some day cream and that's about it. I mean, who can be bothered with more? At least I can't. And same as Karen. I mean, sometimes I have a Zoom meeting that I sort of get spruced up for, but I rarely do that too, or either. And, you just put on makeup to go to the airport or be seen somewhere. However, I do have a good tip that I just quickly want to throw in. It's called Lumi Glotion, like glowing lotion. Get it? Glotion from L'Oreal.
Wow, and you're not even a sponsor. And
you know what?
That.
I am, just please use my affiliate code if you order it. No, I have no affiliation with this. I got it for some wedding, and it's really true. I mean, if you wanted your Zoom face to look like glowing, which I did, and I hardly recognized myself.
Wow.
Yes, Lumi Glotion from L'Oreal. Okay. So there 60 plusers.
Okay, thank you for that tip.
All right. So what about subscription TV? Can we live without it or can we not?
Subscription TV, all the things, Netflix, Hulu, Max. Keep. That is definitely a must-have for me. I think if subscription TV goes down, I go down with it.
Yeah.
I honestly can't. I can't imagine my life without it.
Yeah. No, seriously. It's funny, Karen. Maybe you remember this, but in the 60s, 70s, or 80s even, sometimes, at least in my culture, it was like frowned upon to watch TV. You're always watching TV.
Right, yeah.
And I just feel like these, shows that we pick, they add to our lives.
Mm-hmm. They certainly can.
Seriously, I love Discovery Plus. And for no other reason than, or one of the main reasons rather, is Anthony Bourdain's travel series. I still learned so much from that. And because he dove always into the cultural stuff. And then BritBox for the old British shows that just remind me of, yesteryears. And Acorn for new British crime shows. And Hulu for some favorites like Frasier and all the old things that we used to watch in the 2000s. And it's like, it's fun. It adds to my life. I don't think it's a waste of time and money. I just like to binge on, escape to the country and just travel from my couch. I love it.
Okay, so that's keep for both of us. Keep. All right, learning the latest iPhone features.
God.
What's that like for you?
Oh, you had to bring it up, didn't you? Seriously, as I said before, the phone is not my friend. Never will be. I just really mean that. So when I'm on a call, somebody rings, I've told this before, I continue to push the wrong button without exception. And I hang up on the person I was talking to. People know that, people expect that. And it's just, that's how I roll. It's with that eyesight. My brain cannot do it. So, no, hate it.
Okay, yes. You always are the person that does as you can, not as you should.
Exactly.
Right? We do know that about you.
I know.
I actually would say this one's a keeper for me.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I actually really enjoy little life hacks and anything that I can learn to make my life easier. Why would we not want that? Anyway, I am actually all in on this one. And I am a bit nerdy that way. I do like learning new tips and tricks for all the things in life, technology included. Yeah, so we're different on that one.
Okay.
How about dyeing our hair to cover up those gray hairs?
Still doing it. I mean, for now, I have this goal that at 70, and depending on life, obviously, but that's sort of when I think I'm going to enter that Dutch gray wave, like literally. So I think until then I'm going to dye that hair. But we'll see. Yeah. I'm pushing it forward.
Okay. Yeah, I think I plan to continue to color my hair as long as I'm still working for the airlines. Mm-hmm. But once I retire, that budget envelope is going straight into the unbucket pile. Yeah, and I think maybe the money inside could go toward our vacation fund instead. That sounds like a lot more fun.
Or towards some good purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, okay, go on vacation. All right, so home exercise equipment. What do we think of that?
Nah, I'd rather be outside. We do have a treadmill in the basement that I can use on super snowy or cold days. But honestly, on those days, I'm not interested. I'm usually in front of the fireplace, watching Netflix, doing my bicep curls with my mug of hot chocolate. No, I would much rather would be outside.
Oh gosh, well, I'm an inside cat, as you know. So no, I don't go outside, and no, I don't go to a gym. But I do these Chinese morning and evening exercises. Seriously, you should see me like flailing my arms up and down, and it's sideways, and that 100 times, and you just cuss under your breath. But anyway, and so sometimes, listeners, thank you very much, I go as far as the 5 Tibetan rites, as they call it. And that includes the downward dog. Have you ever done that?
I have.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
I never, I swear, I am having my face to the ground, and I'm like, now how am I ever getting up again? And then I sort of roll over, and that's about it. But it's just, no home exercise. We used to use them as clothing racks, drying our clothes on it. These oh gosh, no, unbucket.
Okay. What's coming up here next? Gardening. So, what is the opposite of green? Because that is the color that my thumbs are. I do not have green thumbs.
Really?
My husband does, however. He's the gardener.
Oh, really?
And I usually just put out a yearly basil plant in the back on the back deck and consider that my victory garden.
Yeah.
Don't go beyond that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? To be honest, I used to have a green thumb, but I don't have it anymore in that regard that I don't have indoor plants. But in Florida, you know, everybody has an HOA around him. And so you are required to have decent yards. And so a lot of pulling weeds. And I mean, some people do have gardeners to just mow their grass since it grows like crazy here. But you want to hear something funny? We have a lot of palm trees around the house. And palm trees they have such a maintenance that they require. It's just amazing to keep up with those boogers. And every month we're like dragging bags of yellow dead leaves to the curb in the heat, mind you. And then, you know what? Other story. So real quick, so we were just cutting this tree that is close to one of those retention ponds. You know, they have them everywhere in Florida. And so we live at a retention pond. And so the leaves were too long. And so we started clipping them last Friday. All of a sudden, a little voice next to us. Neighbor, yeah, there is a gator in the pond. Just so you know. We're like, oh my. And so we just dropped everything, run inside. Ew. And so here are the two little eyes just staring at us from the pond.
Wow.
So yeah, that was
You're
very
not far
fun.
from that pond here.
No, exactly.
Crazy.
I know. So
Good.
there.
Glad you're okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, answering every group text. How are you? Well, I think I can guess your answer on this one. But I actually might be a little guilty on this one because I do have some FOMO, that fear of missing out. So this is probably a keeper for me. I do kind of like being a part of it all. I don't like being left out.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, my first response would be, group? What group? I don't do groups. It's like an occasional text to two friends is already like, that's a lot of brain activity for me. And so I know, unbucket. No fear of FOMO. Could care less.
Okay. You know what, let's skip ahead a little bit. We want to keep our time here at a reasonable time. Let's see, how about long phone calls that could have been a text?
Oh, brother. Well, you know, people know not to call me, except you, Karen.
Thank you.
Thank you. You've never gotten that message. I've been hinting quite a few times. But anyway, I have this one person in our neighborhood that just sort of rambles into her text and pretends it's a voicemail. And so it just, no heads, no tails. And I just say, or, yeah, sure.
Right.
And it's like, I have no time for that nonsense.
Yeah, that sounds like you.
Yeah.
Efficiency is your love language, isn't it, Tony?
That's it.
Yes. Well, I think I would prefer to stick to a quick text. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I have to really be in the mood for a long phone call.
Yeah.
But it is kind of funny, isn't it? How we rarely use our phones as, phones anymore. They're never used as phones, really.
Right. No, that is a good point. Yeah.
Collecting stuff.
Ooh.
What comes to mind for you on that one?
You know what, I hate to say it, but look around you. Mm-hmm. It's like I am a bit of a trinket queen in that regards. It's like my souvenirs.
Yeah.
I put them all around me. And so I really like that, and it gives me a sense of home for me. But ironically, in other areas in my life, I'm very, clean, neat, and organized, and very much the consolidating type. So it's like, if you don't use it, so in my case, if you can't see it, toss it or give it away. That's how I live. Yeah. So I don't have closets full of junk and basements with old crap. So you see it, it's there. It's not there, it's gone.
I actually did not know about that in you until, but being here, you do. I could barely find the room that you sent me to.
Okay, no, I want this rectified. Listeners, that was very offensive.
No, but honestly, I would not have expected that of you.
I know.
But now that I see it, it makes sense. And you have all these cool things all around you that are meaningful to you. So, yes, kudos to you for that. But I say get rid of them all. I'm in that phase of life where I just want to get rid of things. I don't want to add any more. Unbucket.
Bucket.
For sure. Unbucket.
Bucket.
Unbucket.
Oh, okay. Attending every social event you're invited to. Well,
Oh yeah, no.
Can I just jump in?
Yeah,
no,
go ahead.
Unbucket. Okay,
Yeah, no way. I'm done overcommitting. I'm older than I was yesterday, and today I don't have quite the energy for it. So, yep, we're the same on that one.
I know. Hey, what about Spanx?
Oh, Spanx. Yeah. I'm for unbucketing that one. I think, like I mentioned earlier, if it takes 10 minutes to squeeze into something that then ruins my dinner on top of it,
I know.
it's not worth it.
It doesn't have room to grow.
Right. I think if it jiggles, it jiggles.
Yes.
It's going to jiggle. And if someone doesn't like it, they can just look away. That's becoming my philosophy.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Unbucket.
Exactly.
Sure. Yeah.
I never have had Spanx in my life, so I unbucket.
Okay.
Right
That's an
here.
easy one.
Right there. Yep. Ooh, what about parallel parking?
I have never been good at it. Both of my girls are so good at it, and I am in the car with them, and it boggles my mind how good they're at. Yeah, because they do it all the time. I just don't do it enough.
Yeah.
But if the space for me isn't the size of Texas, I'm not even going to try.
Right.
So I would rather put on those sensible shoes and go park somewhere where I have space and walk 3 or 4 blocks in those good sensible shoes.
Yep. No, exactly. Same here. It's like, you're right. It's not enough practice. If we were to live in downtown Boston, you have to, and you will at some point. But I can't do it. I have terrible depth perception. And so it's like, to the right, I absolutely cannot. To the left, ironically, I actually can squeeze in.
That's interesting.
That is really weird.
But you're not left-handed. Right, that's weird.
I'm not. No, I'm ambidextrous to a degree, but it's really bizarre. So yeah, to the left, no, to the right.
Okay.
I mean, bump into a car or on the sidewalk. 2 options.
Okay.
And no, can't do it.
All right.
So we're done with that. Hey, so anything else?
I think there we go.
I know. That's it enough, right?
Think,
listeners,
so.
Anything else that we forget?
Yeah.
Send us a text, right?
Yeah, I think, do we want to go ahead and do a question and a quote real quick?
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so if you're still hanging with us, I know we're getting here close to 30 minutes, so this has ended up being a little bit longer than we had anticipated. But, so quickly, the quote that we have for you to consider is, you don't grow old by living years, you grow old by holding on to things that no longer fit your life.
That's right. Yep. And so then the question is, what's one thing you're ready to toss out? Because you have your own bucket and there are things that don't serve you anymore. A habit, an expectation, maybe those Spanx. So what's it going to be?
Yeah, so those are some things to think about. And we did want to give you a heads up as well that we are going to be, this is episode 10, if you can believe it.
Oh my.
Yeah, we're up to 10. So we're going to take a little break for a couple weeks. So just so you're aware of that. But guess what? We have something to tide you over until our return. And you're going to love it. So we decided to throw in another little blooper that happened a couple episodes ago. So that's what we're going to leave you with today, folks. And so we will be back in a few weeks. But until then, do put some things on your unbucket list. Think about that. It's not about giving up. It's just about making room.
Exactly.
So, which I wish I had to get to the guest room.
Because my trinkets are in the way, which are my children, my souvenir children.
Oh my goodness. Okay, until next time. We love you all.
Okay, bye.
Amen to that. Yeah, if we've learned anything since our 30s, it's that the little things, coffee with a friend, silly inside jokes, sunsets. I just said sunset. I gotta pee again. Well, thanks for spending time with us here on 60 and Sassy. If you laughed, nodded along, or maybe just felt a little less alone, that's the magic that we're here for. Please make sure to follow the show so you never miss an episode. If you're loving what you hear, we'd be so grateful if you'd leave a quick review or share the podcast with a friend or a family member. Do you have any thoughts, feedback, or a topic you'd love us to dive into? Please drop us a line at lifemoments@mail.com. We'd truly love to hear from you. We'll be back soon with more laughs and real talk. Until then, stay true and authentic, be kind, and never lose your sass.